Yeah.
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 Madam Majority Leader, we can get started, so we got a quorum, so we're
One,
good.
two.
Mike, let me know when you're ready. Thank you. Well, good evening again, everyone. Thank you again for joining us in person and those joining us virtually to view the council meeting of today, March 24, 2025, on Hartford Public Access Television Station. If you're watching Comcast, you're watching on channel 96, and if you're watching Frontier, you're watching in 6032. So I'm calling to order the March 24, 2025 council meeting. Mr. Town Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Bilodeau. Councilman Clark. Councilman Gale. Here. Councilman Hernandez. Councilman Mictum. Here. Councilwoman Rosado.
Present.
Councilwoman Rossetti.
Here.
Council President Surgeon.
Here.
Councilman Thomas.
Here.
You have a quorum, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Town Clerk. Shall we stand? Mr. Town Clerk, then you lead
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I know. Ooh, they were cute. Oops. Yeah, we've got you. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor, ma'am.
Thank you, Council President. I make a motion to approve the minutes of March 10th, 2025.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second to approve the minutes of March 10th, 2025. Mr. Town Clerk, please call the roll.
On the approval of the minutes, Councilwoman Bilodeau.
Yes.
Councilman Clark. Councilman Gale.
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez. Councilman Mictum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti.
Yes.
Council President Surgeon.
Yes.
Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Pass.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Town Clerk. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor again, ma'am.
I make a motion to suspend the rules to add the following supplemental agenda item 7.1, which is referring to public hearing, and I will read it once I get to the referred items.
Second.
A motion been made and properly second to suspend the rule to include agenda item 7.1 has been properly made and second. Mr. Town Clerk.
The suspension of the rules, Councilwoman Bilodeau.
Yes.
Councilman Clark.
Clark, yes.
Councilman Gale.
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez.
Yes.
Councilman Mictum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti.
Yes.
Council President Surgeon.
Yes.
Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Town Clerk. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you. I make a motion to place following items on consent. 6.3, Mayor Arulan with accompanying resolution authorizing the city to accept a grant from the State of Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development's Office of Brownfield Remediation and Development. And 6.4, Mayor Arulan with accompanying resolution authorizing a budget increase for the renovation project currently underway at the Blue Hills Community Center.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second to place the following item on the consent calendar. Item 6.3 and item 6.4. Are there any discussion? Seeing or hearing no discussion, Mr. Town Clerk, please call the roll.
On the consent calendar, Councilwoman Bilodeau.
Yes.
Councilman Clark.
Yes.
Councilman Gale.
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez.
Yes.
Councilman Mictum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti.
Yes.
Council President Surgeon.
Yes.
Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Town Clerk. Madam Majority Leader.
I make a motion to receive the following items. 4.1, Operations Management Budget and Government Accountability Committee, report discussing postponement of the following resolution of the Court of Common Council for reviewing and amending handicap parking policies and meter charges in collaboration with the Hartford Parking Authority and disability rights organizations. 4.2, Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee report discussing postponement of the following resolution calling on the state of Connecticut to revise the approach to the Greater Hartford Mobility Study. 4.3, Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee report discussing postponement of the following ordinance to establish the Parkville Special Services District. 4.4, Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee report discussing a resolution authorizing the city to accept a grant from the State of Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development's Office of Brownfield Remediation and Development. 4.5, Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee report discussing a resolution authorizing a budget increase for the renovation project currently underway at the Blue Hills Community Center. And 4.6, Operations Management, Budget, and Government Accountability Committee report discussing resolution supporting an adjustment of Connecticut's fiscal guardrails.
Second.
Motion's been made and properly second to place the following item on the received calendar. Item 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, and 4.6. Is there any discussion? Seeing or hearing no discussion, Mr. Town Clerk, please call the roll.
On the received items, Councilwoman Bilodeau,
Yes.
Councilman Clark,
Yes.
Councilman Gale,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Migdum,
Yes.
Councilman Rosato,
yes,
Councilwoman Rossetti,
Yes.
Council President Surgeon,
Yes.
Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Pass.
Thank you, Mr. Town Clerk. Madam Majority Leader.
I make a motion to refer the following items to the Operations Management, Budget, and Government Accountability Planning Committee. 5.1, Mayor Alru Lamplam with accompanying ordinance amendment adopting motor vehicle assessment schedule. Special public hearing, Monday, April 14th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. 7.1, in case people thought it was in the morning. 7.1 to the Operations Management, Budget, and Government Accountability Committee and public hearing, a public hearing on Thursday, April 3rd, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Montessori at Bachelor School, 757 New Britain Avenue, and Wednesday, May 7th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at Weaver High School, 415 Granby Street. To the Quality of Life and Public Safety Committee, 3.2, Mayor Alru Lamplam with accompanying resolution confirming the appointment of Timothy Fisher Esquire to the Civilian Police Review Board. To the Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee, 3.1, Mayor Alru Lamplam with accompanying resolution to convert the northern dead-end portion of Ann Usello Street to a pedestrian plaza. And 3.3, Mayor Alru Lamplam with accompanying resolution to enter into a purchase and sales agreement for the sale of parcels at 17 and 21 Wells Street. Public hearing on Monday, April 21st, 2025 at 7 p.m. and an 8:24 review.
Second.
Motion's been made and properly second. May I just have one quick second to ask a question? Whatever happened to the ordinance for the budget?
That is item 7.1.
That's a 7.1?
Yeah. That's everything, all combined together.
All of them is all
Yep.
together, in those
Yep.
2 and 2 and 7.1?
Yep.
Just want to make sure,
Yep.
sorry. Thank you. Okay, so the items the motion's been made and properly second to refer the following items. Item 5.1 to the Operation Management, Budget, and Government Accountability Committee with a special public hearing for April 14th, 2025 at 5:30. Item 7.1 to the Operation Management and Budget Accountability Committee and for a public hearing on Thursday, April 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Montessori at Batchelder School at 757 New Britain Avenue, and Wednesday, May 7th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at Weaver High School, 415 Granby Street. Item 3.2 to the Quality of Life and Public Safety Committee. Items 3.1 to the Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee. Items 3.3 to the Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee for a public hearing on Monday, April 21st, 2025 at 7 p.m. Also, there is an 8:25 review of this item. Are there any discussions? Seeing or hearing no discussion, Mr. Town Clerk, please call the roll.
On the referred items, Councilwoman Bilodeau,
Yes.
Councilman Clark,
Yes.
Councilman Gale,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Mictum,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti,
Yes.
Council President Surgeon,
Yes.
Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Pass.
Madam Majority Leader.
I make a motion to postpone the following items until April 14th. 6.1, Mayor Arulaplam with accompanying ordinance amendment of sections 15-32, 15-33, and 15-34 of Chapter 15 of the Municipal Code of Hartford pertaining to the Central Connecticut Solid Waste Authority, and 6.2, Mayor Arulaplam with accompanying ordinance amending Chapter 28 of the Municipal Code to establish the Parkville Special Services District.
Second.
Yeah.
Thank you for your patience. The item has been made and properly second to postpone the following item, item 6.1 and item 6.2. Are there any discussion? Seeing or hearing no discussion, Mr. Town Clerk.
On the postponed items, Councilwoman Bilodeau,
Yes.
Councilman Clark,
Yes.
Councilman Gale,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Mictum,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti,
Yes.
Council President Surgeon,
Yes.
and Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Postponed.
Thank you, Mr. Town Clerk. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Council President. I make a motion to take action on 6.5, Councilman Mitchum, resolution supporting an adjustment of Connecticut's fiscal guardrails.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second to put item 6.5 on the Action Committee. Are there any discussion? Okay, Councilman Mitchell.
I imagine my colleagues know, but for anyone who's watching, what the fiscal guardrails are. This is a non-binding resolution simply asking the state legislature and the governor to take any of a broad array of possible actions around the fiscal guardrails. What they are is a system that was set up some years ago when the state was in a very acute fiscal crisis to always set aside a certain amount of revenue and put it outside the reach of the general fund and general spending. And that accumulation of revenue has reached in the order of $4 billion now. And there is a widespread movement in this state to change those rules to make some of that money available for other spending broadly. When we discussed this resolution in committee, Councilman Gale raised what I think is actually a good point, which is, if we pass this, does this look like Hartford coming with its hand out again, putting aside the fact that we give more than we get, but does it look like that? And I think the answer, or he also asked sort of, how does this affect our specific asks, like to increase special ed reimbursements, to increase pilot? And I would say it doesn't. It's not another ask. It's saying, change how you do money, state, so that all of our other asks can get funded. And this is not just some crazy, socialist thing like the usual thing that I present around here. This is something that is supported. I want to just make clear, this is supported by AFT Connecticut, modifying the guardrails. AFT Connecticut, SEIU, CEUI Local 511, SEIU, CSEA Local 2001, CSU-AAUP, the New Haven Federation of Teachers, CBAC, the big state employees union, SEIU Local 1199, SEIU Local 32BJ, the SEIU State Council, AFSCME Council 4, the Connecticut AFL-CIO, the Alliance of Retired Americans, UConn AAUP, SEIU, the 4 Cs, that's our community college professors, Local 1973, the Hartford Federation of Teachers, UAW Region 9A, the Food and Commercial Workers Local 371, and the Food and Commercial Workers Local 919. This is broadly supported by working people, especially many of these are locals that have many, many members in our city. This is a thing that we should be telling our delegation to the state legislature to support. And I know the other question I got in committee was, well, does the delegation support it? And I think that's the wrong question. The question is, should the delegation support it? We are here to speak for the people and tell the delegation what the city needs. And the city needs the state to prioritize the needs of its poorest over bond ratings and abstract protections. So I would, although the committee sent it back with an unfavorable recommendation, I would ask all of you to rethink that and to support it.
Thank you, Councilman Mitchum. Are there any other discussion? Seeing or hearing no other discussion, Mr. Town Clerk, could you call the roll, please?
Action item 6.5, Councilwoman Biladu,
No.
Councilman Clark,
I'd like to recuse myself from this vote.
Councilman Gale. Councilman Hernandez,
No.
Councilman Migtum,
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosato,
No.
Councilwoman Rossetti,
No.
Council President Surgeon,
No.
Councilman Thomas.
No.
Fail.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Town Clerk. And Madam Majority Leader, I don't see any other items on the agenda. Seeing no other items on the agenda, I will... Do we have something else? Not yet? Okay. Okay. But I didn't want to join the meeting if you had something else to say. Oh, okay. So, seeing there's no other items on the agenda, I am adjourning this meeting this evening. I want to say good night to everyone and ask everyone to stay safe.
Did you
Have a
mention?
good evening.
I'm sorry, did you mention the date?
I'll be at business.
Budget hearing.
What?
You want to make sure you said the dates for the budget hearing? Is that what you said?
Just want to, even though we did talk about it, let me also, was reminded by Councilman Gale and all the other council members to remind all of our residents in the city of Hartford to please come out and join us for the public hearing. The first public hearing on this budget is going to be April 3rd at 7 p.m. at Montessori Batchelder School, which is 757 New Britain Avenue. Now, you can go online and you can download the mayor's budget, but be prepared to come and tell us what your opinions are, what you think of the budget, and how we should go about taking a look at this budget. So please, residents in the city, we're inviting you to come out for the first public hearing on April 3rd, 2025 at 7 p.m. at Batchelder School on New Britain Avenue. So again, this is it. Well, I am adjourning the meeting for the night. Good night, everyone.